this exercise, I'm going to use MSB Market template. So if you want this template, you can go to the description and download the template to follow along. But still, if you don't have the template, it's fine. You can use the default ArchiCAD template or your own personal or whatever template to follow along. The only reason I'm using this is to try speed up and carry this project in a short time, as it's ideal for everyone. It's a goal for every firm or individual as a practice. So the first thing that I would do here is to delete this text, because it's just a guideline where you should position your project. Also, we're having our source markers that will be using them to extract information from the model. So yeah, everything that I'm going to do, it should be within this boundary to make sure I do easy automation of extraction of drawings from the model. So the next step is to set up the drafting work. I have a sketch that it's an arrangement of all the spaces that I need for this project. So I also have the dimensions in my mind. So what I'll do, I'll just try to replicate this into ArchiCAD. What I'll do, I'll use 2D tools like a polyline. For example, if you pick a polyline tool, I'll draw a box of 5 meters by 5 meters, which is one of the major spaces. And then from here, I'll move a copy of this by moving and click control in your keyboard to add a copy. Do the same to this area, and then here I'll add another box or rectangle for 5 meters by 2.8. This will represent the wet area, so the toilet and bathrooms. So basically, these are the spaces the core spaces that we have in this project. Here it will be the lounge and kitchen there. Then we have the bedroom on the side. So yeah, and then the next step is to now place the structural grids. I like to use structural grids to manage my structural elements within the model. So you can go about it in 2 ways. So there is a grid tool under the design tools. Is it design tool or viewports? Let's see. I think it's under design tool. You should have a grid tool. Yeah, there's a grid element tool, and then I can also try to automate to speed up the whole process by using the grid system command. So if you go to design and open the grid system, so what I'll do here is go down to the grid position and set up the grids horizontally and vertically. So under horizontal grids, I have 2, 4, 6 grids. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then add the 6th grid. So the dimensions of this grid, or the distance, will be the B will be 1.5 and C will be 3385, D will be 1820. These are millimeters, right? And then this one will be 1.1, and the last will be 2.2 meters. If we move on to the vertical grids, there are also how many 4 grids that we are supposed to have here. So I will get rid of number 5. Just like that, and then there's the distance between 1 and 2 will be 5 meters, and the second will be 4370, and then the last will be 650 millimeters. And then if we move up to the grid element settings, let's open this, and this is where you can set up the appearance, the graphic appearance of your grid line on the floor plane. So what I want to change here only is on the marker side. I want to have a shape of, is it a pentagon or hexagon? Let's see on the preview. This is what I want to have or to use to my grid, and then hit OK. Remember, the grid elements are a 3D or a 3-dimensional element. You can also add data and tag some metadata to this element. So yeah, if you can take this further and add more detail to it. Let's hit OK and hit OK again. So we have a layer that is missing for this. Apparently it's on ArchiCAD layer, so we need to choose a layer to place this. I'll put them under a wall or structural wall grid, because they represent that. So I want something like exterior wall, then hit OK. So graphically it will be defined on your screen. So I'll click here to place. There you go, just like that. I can just say cancel, then show a layer just to, because I forgot to get rid of elements, because grid system comes with some structural elements like columns and beams, so they're gonna be placed automatically in this. So that's why it giving me this kind of it wanted me to choose the layers for those beams and columns elements. So I'll just cancel and just to place. Oh, so I shouldn't say undo. So let's do it again. So go to the design and grid system. So I still have the previous command settings, and then I hit OK. Then let's place that way. Choose a layer. Let's give it floor construction. I'll say, because this is a layer for the columns, I don't need layer for the columns. So let's say show all, and then continue. There we go. So if you check on a 3D, your elements will be appearing here. So let's just select all this and delete, because we don't need structural elements, because this is just a small project. You might need one on column, not instead of three. So yeah, as you can see on 3D, all these elements or grid elements are labeled accordingly, numerically and alphabetically, as you can see. So but what I want to do is to rotate or mirror a copy. So make sure they suspend group or they are grouped, and let's right click and mirror a copy. No, just mirror, because I want the numbers to be at the top. There we go. Yeah, I think everything is fine. This is 1.5. Yes, say. So what I would do, let me highlight all the 2D drafting work and see if they are in good position. I think everything is fine. As you can see, everything is fine. So what I need to do is I can adjust this to there, but I don't think there's need to do that. But let's just do it for the sake of this, just to have it there on the center. Perfect. I think I can still do the same to this one. I can see there's a little bit of a discrepancy. How do you justify that? Okay, let's give it. It's not that important. So from here now, it's time for us to place our wall or structural walls. So I'll use this grid to place the walls. So let's activate the design tool palette and activate the wall tool. So I'll just go for the favorite on this template. I have different types of wall or exterior walls. So I want something that is brick or plastered on both sides. And then let me use the center part or center reference line to get advantage of the grid placing. So I'll just go, let me start it from here. I'll go this direction, that way, then this way, there we go, and then move down this way, just like that. No, this one, let's go all the way like this, and then close it off. Perfect. Now we have everything in terms of our structural wall in place. So what you need to do, you can see our dimensions are very clean. So that's one of the key things that I need to check and confirm when I'm doing my project. So this is the foundation of the project. So I will really take my time and set up everything, because once your foundation is strong, is firm, you have definitely a successful project. But if you have a shaky foundation, everything will be difficult for you going forward to work with your project. So as you can see, everything here is well defined, and what I can do is to delete the 2D information, because I don't need to have a cluttering of information. So all the guidelines and whatever, I'll just make sure I delete them on times to remain with a clean model. So it's very, very important. So what I need to do is to do the internal or the interior walls. So I'll still use the same tool. Let me just pick parameter of that, and instead of this, I'll check. I can use also the favorite for that, but I can also use the structure under the list of composite. There I can go for an interior wall. I think I have just 1-on-5 brick plastered and painted on both sides here. And then from here, because this is not a structural wall, I won't use the center of the wall as a reference. So I'll use the inside of it, so that I can just draw it like that. Oh, sorry. You got to be precise and clean. There we go. It's raining outside, guys. I think you'll bear with me for doing a tutorial while it's raining, but it's also refreshing. You'll bear with me. There we go. And then we have this. Let's ungroup that, and I want this to go all the way to there. Perfect. So that I can have I think I'm gonna have a passage here of 1.2. I'll just use this line as a guideline and draw a passage like that. Let me delete this wall and extend this wall to there by using extend tool. Let me just use the grid line. It's very important to make sure all the elements are connecting perfectly, because if you let it go and it will accumulate while you are moving on with your project, and this will make it will be cluttering of information, and that will be a big error instead of just addressing it while it's still fresh. And so this will be the bathroom, and then this will be the guest toilet. So what I'll do, I'll move on and place the openings for this project. So as you can see, I'm very impressed with the overall thing now. With that, I think this wall, let me extend it to here, because to this grid, because this is a duct for the plumbing pipes for both the bathroom and the toilet. So let's just stretch it to here. Perfect. So let's go for the openings. I'll start with the interior doors. So let's say go to the doors, and then also under favorites, let's check what's it under the favorite. Oh yeah, I have a problem here. If you're using this template, I think this is common to you. It's a problem where we have the leaves or door leaves missing. We only have the frames with it. But to solve this is only that our library, the MS Beam library, is not loaded. So I'll go to the file, to the library manager, and load the template, the library. So it's only the default template library, or the ArchiCAD library. So let's just hit on add, and I think I have it here. This is MS Beam 2022 Pro library. Let's load it. There we go. It's in here, and then I'll hit OK. And this will make sure all our doors literally all our objects are in place with the right information. So it will take time, a bit of a time. There we go. There we go. Now if we go back to the favorites, let's see what happened. Just hang on a bit. As you can see, the door leaves are now back, and we can easily choose what type of door we want to go with. For the bathrooms and toilet, I'll go for this door, and let me place a door here. And then for the access to the bedroom, I'll use a different door. I think the base for that. Let me go with this one right there. And then I have another door for the entrance of the building. So if you go here, I think let's go first to the door for the kitchen backyard. If you want to access the kitchen, so we need a door here. So but this one I'll go for something industrial or heavy duty. So I think this stripped door will do work for us, and this will act like a fire door. So I'll make it open to the outside like that, and the distance from this wall will be the width of the cabinet. So I'll make it 700. Fine. So that will be the space for our cabinet. Let's go for the empty door. Go back to the favorites, and if you go back to the folders, I want a swing doors. The pivot doors, because that's basically what you want to do. For different types of pivot doors, nice doors, as you can see. I'll go with this. Sometimes it's difficult for me to choose because they are all perfect, and I would want to use them all, but it's kind of. Let me just go with this one, and I'll make sure the opening is from this direction. There we go. Let's move it back here so that we can move it away from this wall by 200. Perfect. So we have another door from the bedroom to access the bathroom. So this will be more like a sliding door. I'll go for a default. Let's open the door settings, and then under door library, let's find something under hinged. Oh, sorry, under sliding doors, just the exterior sliding. What is the difference between exterior and interior sliding? Or it's just the naming or the definition of the thing. So let's just select this one, and I would want the handle to be more like a fixed handle, and the detail level for 3D, I'll make it full resolution, both with the 2D detail level. This you can make it scale sensitive, but yes, let's keep it on scale sensitive. And then if you check on our preview, I hate to have hatches or fields in my elements, so I'll go to this click on this arrow and to bring the model attributes under here. Oh, I think it's under floor plans and sections, sorry. And then make sure you remove the fields. just like that, and then this I'll make it transparent. Perfect. Let's go to the model attributes. I want to set I think the leaf, the door leaf will take, because the custom door leaf, I think let's leave it the way it is, just like that, and let's hit OK. So I'll place this and it will open from the bathroom side like that. There we go. Nice and perfect. Nice and perfect. So we have to have another door here. For this one, I'll just use this like so to be consistent with that. Perfect. I think we have everything in place. Oh yeah, we've left with the opening. To access all these areas, you need an opening here. So there are different ways of doing. I can use a door, an opening for door or for windows. I can also use an opening tool. We have an opening tool in the latest version of ArchiCAD like this, where you can just click that. But I would like to, the problem with this one is addressing the issue of material on the surfaces. So I'll go with the door opening. So go to the settings, and under empty doors, let's just click on that, and there's nothing that you really need to set for this because it's just an empty, except the width. I think let's make the width 1 meter. There we go. Then I'll make sure it's right on this line, on the grid line. Perfect. I think everything is super now. We can check this on 3D to appreciate the results. As you can see, these are both our interior doors. We have a sliding door there, even though the material is timber. I would like to have aluminum for this. We can just quickly change that. Door leaf, let's make it uniform, and I'm going to go for an aluminum finish for that. Perfect. So we have everything in place in terms of our, there we go, that's our access door or the entrance door. Let me just close it off. We can close, this should be here. And then I'll make the 3D opening to 0 just to keep it close. As you can see that, guys, I told you about this door. It's very impressive doors. Yeah, they come with this template. So I think now we need to set all our openings to an offset base of 0. So I'll control all and select this and make this the offset from the reference to be 0, so that it can cleanse up the whole thing like that. Perfect. Let's go to the fire door. Thank you. And everything is super, as you can see. So let's go back to our floor plan, and we're going to place, I think before we go for the windows, let's do the furniture layout, or the, what do you call the object layout. Let me just say furniture for this, so that you can have a guideline of how we're going to do or go about with our openings. It's very important because you cannot have a bed in front of your window. So these are things that you need to take care of when you're designing. I'm not teaching you how to design here. I'm just teaching you how to use the software to achieve your design goals. So let's go back here, and then I'm going to start with the, let's start with the wet areas, the bathroom and the toilet. So I'm going to use our object tool. So if we click on the object settings, let's search for, I'll start with the bath, and bathtub. There we go. I'll go for bathtub 25, and then, like I said, I hate to see fields on my thing. I'll go to representation and surfaces and make sure it's out, and the control line, the control pen for this should be 0.10 millimeters thick, because the line weights are very important to your quality of your drawing. So 3D level or 3D detail level should be on full resolution. So yeah, I think everything is fine. You can check everything. I think for this object, I think it's okay. Let's hit OK and place our path. So I can move it to the corner there. Perfect. Let me mirror a copy. I want it to be, let's right click and move to mirror. I don't know how this rainfall is affecting the audio quality that side, guys. So you bear with me for that. These are one of the circumstances that you cannot control. It's beyond my control. But I just needed to do this for you to share with you. And I don't think rainfall should stop me to connect with you. So yeah, that's the bathtub. Let's move on to another fixture, plumbing fixture, which is this one. I'll go for water closet or WC. Let's go and do the same thing under representation and surfaces. Turn off the fields, make sure the contour is 0.10 millimeters, and then we go for full resolution for the 2D detail level and the 3D detail level. Then hit OK. Let's place it. Oh no, what happened to the field? So let's go back. I don't know why. Oh, I've just keyed in a color instead of a transparent or no color. Then right click and mirror. Let's position it move to the proper area or proper point. There we go. The next is the basin. Let's type for the basin 25. Let's set, I think the style I'm going to go with is the rectangular, and under representation surface, get rid of your fill and make sure the contour pen is 0.10. The 2D detail level is full resolution width, and 3D detail level, and hit OK. So let me rotate it vertically like so. Move it to the position. I think it will be sitting here. I want this to share the same point with the with the basin for the bathroom. So I can mirror a copy. Let's mirror and then hit Control to add a copy on your keyboard. Let's move it to place. There we go. Perfect. So we have a duct here, guys, for the plumbing pipes for these fixtures. I like to take it or to consider those. I don't want them to be flashing around my elevations and make seams that are part of the design. No, they're not part of the design. So I should cater them for a slot where I can even put some shading device to try hide those. I don't think they're fine for especially on the eyes of the people. You need to hide that. Perfect. So let's move on to other furniture. Let's try to address the bedroom. So what I'll start with the closet. So I'm gonna have a closet here. Let's pick the parameter for this, and I'm gonna draw a wall about 600 with subject to change. This will be the area for the closet of this bedroom. So I'm going to use an object to place the closet. So in ArchiCAD we have a wardrobe object. I think let me go for between the framed and wardrobe 25. Which one is it? Let's see. Oh, why am my computer behaving? It's misbehaving. It shouldn't give me this. Yeah, with that framed one. Now let's just go for the wardrobe. So 2. I think you got it. Let's go for this one. We can go for the module. Module. Let's check. Is it what we want? I don't think this is the one I want. Let's go for this one. Perfect. And the first thing that I'll address, you know what I'm talking about, is the 2D representation on my phone. I'll get rid of the fill and then make sure the 2D and 3D detail level of, okay, this one I'll make it symbolic, the 2D detail level, so that I can use this type of thing. And I'll go to the dimensions. Let's see, moving forward, I want to include a hanger. I want to include a hanger on the, it doesn't have the option. I don't think it's the one that I wanted to use. Let's go for this one, 25. So you could see the difference, you guys, on this element. They're not the same, but gives you different parameter settings. So on this one, let's start with the 2D representation and get rid of the fill and the contour pen to be 0.10, which is 2. And then 2D detail level, I'll use symbolic, and then pick this one. If you move forward, it says show hanger in 2D. This is what I want. I don't know why it's grayed out. So if you go back here, there should be an option where we say show hanger. Interior fittings, hanger, there you go, and then you should activate that. If you move forward, you can now show a hanger. Perfect. As you can see on our screen, on our preview, this is what we want. And the size of this will be, I think, let's go for the width of, can't remember which one. Okay, for now let's just hit OK and then place it. We'll set off the size on the floor plan. Let's rotate it, move it to there. I think this wall has to flush with that. It has to flush. Let's move it to there. Perfect. So that this. So we're going to have 2 of this. So I'll measure this distance and see how many are. We'll see that this will determine the length of one of these 2. This is 2414.8. 2414.8. So if you divide this by 2, let me bring my calculator. 2414.8 divided by 2, it gives me 1207.4. So let's say you're going to be 1207.5. No, it's 0.4. Sorry, where do I take 5 from? And then from here, I'll move a copy to there. Perfect. So now I have a clean and nice wardrobe or closet. So I think this I can move it right there. Perfect. We have a nice wardrobe. So let's move to the next furniture, which is the bed itself for the bedroom. So I'm gonna say bedroom. Oh, sorry. Let's go for the beds. In this case, there are different types of objects here. They are single objects, and then they are a layered objects. I don't know if you guys, you've realized that. So for example, we have a single bed or as a single object, or a double bed as a single object. But also we have a layout for that. That includes the night side and other accessories for the bed. So I'll go for the layout, and you can guess the first thing that I want to set is the fields. I'll take care of first, make sure it's symbolic, and I'll use this simple symbol. I love this symbol. I don't know why, for whatever reason. So lamp feel we have. Okay, we have feel for the mattress. Let's get to that. So yeah, I think if you move up here and then the mattress, let's get rid of the mattress. Oh, this is for the pillow, for the blanket feel. This is for the bed feel. There we go. What happened to this? I said no color. There we go. I think it's perfect. So hit OK, place it, and rotate it to place it to the position, to the desired position. I think this will be on there. So I don't want to, when you open the door and you have the view, the perfect view for the bed. That is not okay. That is not okay. Sorry about that. That is not okay. What I want to do, I can mirror this this wall or this door, sorry, to be like that, so that when you open here, you don't see the bed automatically. But it's also very, I don't think it's okay again too, because you want to have the door to open on the wall side to create enough space for the room. So with that rule, I'll just leave it the way it is. But comment below, guys, give me your thoughts on how you can approach on this one. I like I said, this is not a design tutorial, but it's how you're going to represent your ideas within the software or when using the software. Perfect. Now we have our bedroom placed. I think I can have, what I want to do is to have some more like a city, a TV area and all the like. It will depend on what you want to achieve. But for this, let's just leave it the way it is. It's perfect. The way it is, it's perfect. Okay, so let's move down to these areas, the open kitchen to the lounge. So I'll start first by placing the lounge furniture. This is straightforward because I'm going just to use a layout for that. Let me just go back here, then find a layout for the sofa arrangement and start right there by changing the fields or the graphic, 2D graphic for the object. Just like that. And then the other side, let me get rid of another armchair. So if you go back here and the sitting on the left, whatever, is it left or right, it doesn't matter. There we go, perfect. So because I want to place a TV on the side. So what I'll do, I'll go back here and I'll go under appliances. Oh, do you have it? Let me just search for it. Oh, let me just search for it. I'll go for this one. Guess what? The first thing is the 2D graphic representation and make it full resolution. The contour pen to be 0.10 millimeters pen. If it's a lighter pen, then hit OK. Let me rotate it this way, move it to the position. I think one thing that I forgot to do is, let's go back to its settings while it's still selected. I forgot to set, this will be more like, it should be a huge screen. So let me say custom. Say custom, you can able to set the width of your screen. I think let's go for 1.5. Do you have a do you have a TV of 1.5? Yeah, I think it's like cinematic uniform width. Yes, 1.5. And then one thing that I want to set, this should be a wall hang or wall mount appliances. There we go. Yeah, I think everything is fine. Perfect. I can have a cabinet or what you call this, condenser under the TV. Yeah. But for this, let's just leave it the way it is, and let's move to the kitchen. Yeah, this is always a tedious space to do, but for this, I'm gonna go with something basic. So if you go to the objects and open the object settings, let's go to the kitchen. No, under the layout, under furniture layout. I think we have a kitchen layout here. So what I want to have an L-shaped kitchen, then have the cabinet on the side. So this side I'm gonna have L, and then I have a straight. So I'll set the other side as an L, and then within this L I would want to have elements like a cooktop, but let's go for the 5-burner one. And I don't want to have a refrigerator. I'll take out the refrigerator. I want the sink and the dishwasher and the oven. So yeah, so let's set this representation, the color pen to 0.10 millimeters, and get rid of the, okay, we have the surfaces for these elements, but for now, but you can go with the list. So you have a base where you use as a brick. I don't want to take brick material. I'll just replace it with just any material for, and then hit OK. Let's place. So move this to the corner there, and then I have a sink. If you click on one of the hotspots, and I can move the node like that. Now I want to move instead of, yeah, I think the center hotspot is the one that moves everything. So I have the sink there. This will be I'll move also the cooking area here, something like that. What will be this? This is a washer. Put a washer here. Do we really need a washer here? Yeah, for the sake of this, let me just leave it. This is what? This is a dishwasher again. Put it in this corner. Then let's move this to there. what is this? This is an oven. Oven will be underneath the I think I need to get rid of some of the elements here, like the washer. I cannot have the dishwasher and washer. Yes, there we go. So that I can have, there we go. You can just edit some of those things like that. What is this? If you click on it, it will give you, this is a tall cabinet. Put a tall cabinet on the side. Put it here. Something like, I would want to use this line as a, this line. And then there we go. Perfect. I think we have everything fine. We can check this in 3D and see how it came. There we go. Oh, our TV is. So now let's set this. I think the height, not uniform. The height will be 600. Enter. And the offset will be 700. Something like that. We have a steel of this nature. Let me change to 800. I think it's okay this way. Can we put an image on the screen? Let's see. Picture. Hit okay. There we go. We have a picture there. Whatever, we can put a custom, but for this, I'll just leave it there. So let's appreciate what we did on the kitchen here. So we have the cooktop or the countertop, and then there is this upper cabinets and the tall cabinets. For the sake of producing construction drawings, I don't think this is a problem. Or you are facing out your project, most especially when you're still doing design. You don't want to go too much on details. You just want blocks or to block off your stages, and then as you are moving forward to the other stages, basically construction stages, that's where now you can introduce some tremendous detail. So let's place another casework here for the kitchen. So what I'll do, I'll go back to the kitchen layout, and then this time around I'm going to change the shape to a straight shape. Let's see on the side what we want to. I'll take out the oven, take out the sink. I think here I'll have only the refrigerator this side, and you can also choose the type of refrigerator, and I'll go for the small one because this is just a bachelor bed project. You cannot have a big or whatever. Place it and and rotate. There we go. This is the fridge and this is the tall cabinet. So let me just move it here first, and then let's move the fridge to there. I think the fridge is closer to the lounge. Let me just stretch this and that, also that, so that I can move this to this line. I want them to share the same line. There you go. Nice. Let's check on the 3D. We have that. So remember this, we can take it all the way, like so, by stretching that. This we cannot because we have a kitchen here. We're going to have a window here. We have the sink here, and we're going to place a window to that. So yeah, perfect. I think everything now it's perfect in terms of the layout of our spaces. Even though we have a huge bathroom for this, but anyway, who cares? Let's go back to the floor plan, and what we want to do here is to, I think let me just reduce it a bit by, the bedroom by 500. Let's bring here and bring back by 500, and let's see. Yeah, I think it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And then select these ones and fillet or intersect the corners. So yeah, perfect. I think now what we need to do is what I want here is to have let me check the distance between this is 3.5 and that's 5 meters, 3.5 in a lane. Perfect. let's go. I was saying the next step is to place the floors or the slab for this. So just use a slab tool, and I can check what's on the presets. Let me just pick this one, and I would use the core. Let me use the polygonal geometry method because we're going to go point by point. So like I said, when you have a composite like this, it's very key to understand what is the core of the structure. So we have, if you go to the view, sorry, on screen, let's say, let me escape, go to view on screen, and let's unactivate the true line so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. So if you bring on your slab, what I would say, I'm gonna pick only the core of this brick or the wall structure instead of the plaster. I don't want to pick the finish because the finish comes after practically it comes after casting your concrete slab. So yes, I'll just use this one for that. Then I'll go that. You can place this, you can go point by point, or you can speed up by using, let's say, a magic one, by pressing and what you call this key, space bar, and hold to click on the space like that. Automatically to place your slab. Like I said, we need to make sure this is, let me just offset it to there so that it sits on what we want. So let's add again the polygon. I'm gonna use the rectangular to this area, then do the same to the other side. Let me stretch this to there. I think that's, if you want to be more quick, that's how you can do it fast. I don't know what would be your approach on this one. Comment below and give me the answer. So this one, I will subtract the polygon by using this from here to there. Perfect. So we have another slab here for the entry porch. So I'll also go for the same rule. In there, I can go all the way to let me just go all the way to here. And then what I want is to place a column because we're going to have a structural support here for this area. So I'm going to use column tool. And do I have something on the favorites? Let's check. I have just a basic column. Click on it. I'll go for the square one and place it there. Move it here by the point. I think I'm gonna change the dimensions to be, this will be 500. No, and the width will be 250, something like this. Then move it to this point. Perfect. I think let's change the graphic override for that. The graphic presentation for this. Let's go for something thick. I think this one. Yeah. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. If you check on the 3D for the progress so far, because this is, oh yeah, this has to go all the way. But for now, let's just stretch it to the door height, because I know it's subject to change because of the parapet or the, what you call these walls, the gable walls. So yeah, for now I'll leave it there because this is an entry port. You don't want to be on the same level with the main floor slab. So what I'll do, I'll change its thickness to maybe 120 and then bring it down by, I think I can do it manually. Let's move it here. Let me make it 100. Then make it 100. 0. We say 50. I want to create more like a step here because I think this needs to go right to 0. Yeah. Perfect. And here I want to create a step. Let's say a step of -150. Yeah, I think you can have a step of a height of 150. Something like this. I think we might have to stretch this to all the way. From here to there. nice and clean. So that's basically it. This is what we have for the floors. So the next stage is to place the roof. We'll go to the roof structure of this. That's where we do a lot of detailing and some other elements. But before we do that, let's place some windows to all these spaces. So go to the floor plane, and here I'm gonna activate the window tool and click on this favorites. Let's check what's in the store under this. So we have different types of aluminium. We have sliding, top hang, and side hang. So yeah, this is, let me open this folder. That's what we have. We have different types of windows, that aluminium windows or steel window, that you can use for your projects. It's part of this template as well, like I said. So I'm looking for something for the lounge. So I would want to have a big window there. A big window. Let's go for this. Let's go for this one. Double click on it. And then there we go. Let me move it to this wall and have a well-defined distance between the wall from the wall. So let me say 500. Check on the 3D. But it looks small. It's a small window. We can increase or customize its size. The width, I'll make it 1.6. Then the height, I'll go for 2 meters, a full height. There we go. And this, I can just do that. I could have gone with I can modify this to, let me say, open the settings, and let's go back to the Windows settings and open. So I can have another side hash. No, I don't think I can do that. Let's see. No, not for this one. So let's check a different. I think shouldn't be on this one. Let's go for another side hand. Really? Oh yeah, they still have plenty. I think this is the one that I wanted to, between these two. So let's double click on that, and the width, like I said, it should be 1.6. Then this will be, I think 1.5 is fine. So I'm gonna move it to the height of it draws, just like that. Perfect. Super, but I can go for full height. I don't know why I'm skeptical with this one. So let's go for 2 meters. And then I think I can also adjust the width for this. I think this one will make it 700. Something like that. Perfect. I think we can set this, instead of changing it manually, if you come here, under the seal or header height, let's set this to the header wall base and see. And then this will do how much? 2.1. You see? Perfect. That's what makes this software very intelligent. I think we should take the handle to the inside instead of the outside. So I'll just do flip. Oh no way. So what I'll do, I'll pick parameters of that and delete. Go back to the plan view and make sure it's on the right direction. Let's see. There we go. And we make sure this is, move it back by 500. Thank you. We can have 2 of this. I'll mirror a copy and to have 2 of that. Is it big or what? Now let's change this to something else, or even this. Perfect. And then the height will be the same. I will go for 2 meters. There we go. And the header to wall base will be 2.1. I think it's fine. As you can see, let's go back to the planner and do the same to the other side. I think I can also put this here as well, and somewhere there. Well, could have went with the corner window. What do you think? Let's go here and see we go with the corner window. I think if we go with the corner window, we'll be more like it. So I'm gonna move this to there, and then open its settings under corner, custom corner. Let's make sure, is it corner? I always trial and error this. I don't know which side I'm supposed to be editing. Like honestly, oh, perfect. It went perfect, guys. There we go. And we do this one. What's going on? Let's move to this one also. Open its settings and click on this arrow to bring the corner. I might also go for this one. Like I said, I'm always, you see, I think it should be this one. There we go. Move it to the corner to meet with the other corner window. Let's appreciate on 3D. Ah, nice, nice. That's what we want. Okay, this is too dramatic. Let me close off the windows. Make it 0. I'll open just one pane. 0. And then 0 this. Just to have that nice and clean. Let's do the same to this. Let's 0. Then 0. There we go. Go back to the plan view. Let's see what window do we need for this one. I think this I'll need just something small. If I go back to the folders under this, there should be a kitchen window, which is this. I'll click on that, place it. I think the width should be 900, and make sure it's right to that. Perfect. I'm not sure for now I need the labeling, so I'm gonna get rid of that. There we go. Oh, I have the labeling already on these ones. Let me just, but why are they the same? Why are they are not the same? So open the settings and change. I think for that, let's just leave it for now, because I know what I want to do. I'm going to use a different label to label all the doors and windows. So for this exercise, let's just leave it there. Perfect. So if you move on to the bedroom, let's go to the favorites and look at something that I think another side ends. Because you want to open this way. No, I would want under here. Let's find something that will be suitable for the bedroom. Yeah, I think between these guys, let me go for this one. I have a full one here. This will be more like full height, which is 2 meters by 1.5. 1.5 is fine. And then I have a strip one similar to this one somewhere here. This is just to add or to promote cross ventilation for this room, and I'll change the width to just 600. It's fine. Let me see. Perfect. Like I said, just to promote cross ventilation. I can have another one here. Yes, but it's okay like this. It's okay like that. For the bathroom and toilet, let's go back to the favorites under Windows. There's an Alu Windows folder. I think we have this one for that. Oh, let's see. I think under the top one. Yeah. Yes, 600 by 600 for this, and we just have one. I was thinking to have two of this, but why that? So perfect. Let's check on the 3D the results so far. So we have some situations to solve here. But let's start with this. I want this to be 600. Oh, no way it can be that. Let me say 1.4. 1.4. And then this do, go back. Clearly we cannot have there is a problem here that I wanted to, because we cannot have a window with such big panes like this unless we change it to three panes in that regard. So let's find something with 3 panes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like these ones. Perfect. And still under 2000. Yes. So from here, what I'll do, I'll select all the windows and make sure the seal or header height is on the header to wall base, and this should be what, 2.1. Hit enter. All your doors and windows should be at this level. Nice. We have another. We hit another one there. Go back. Yeah, these are some of the strange things happens when you do your modeling. Things can decide to disappear. There are a lot of ghosts in these things. Perfect. Yes, I think everything is fine in terms of all openings. If you check on a 3D, we have a super nice and clean model. So far so good. I think what thing that we can do, let's just maybe increase the height of this to 2.3. It's subject to change because we are yet to do the roof structure, and the roof structure will determine the ceiling height, and the ceiling height also will be guiding the height for our wardrobe. Perfect. And then, okay, there's another issue here. We have exposed brick here, but we want it to be plastered. Go to settings and just activate or override the edge surface like so. There we go. I think, yeah, very impressed. So far so good. So once we have this, like I said, you need to have a firm foundation for your project. So now I need to do the foundation work with the foundation system for the structure. So I'll go to the I have a foundation story set already on this. If you want, you can right click and go to the story settings and add or insert the story below the ground or below 0. It will depend on the height. For this one to be, let's say this one will be 690. Yeah, 690. There we go. Let's go to the view, foundation view. I'm gonna use a beam tool to place this. There are a lot of ways of doing that. You can use wall or slab, depending on, but I always find beam very efficient on doing the foundation work. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the options menu, and before you do that, if you click on beam tool, there are already different types of if you check, there are a lot of different types of footing here, as you can see. So we can just take advantage of this and click. So, but I want us to track something before we do that. So let's go back and say options, and then let's open the profile manager, and let's bring that footing detail, which is this one. Hit edit. Let's modify this. The first thing that I'm going to edit is because I'm going to place the footing using the grid system. So the reference line, or the reference, what do you call this line? It's the line, reference line. It's important. Its position is very key on this. And its position here, it uses the origin point, which is this hotspot. So what I'll do, I'll move this by the midpoint. Move this element by the midpoint like so to the origin point like that. Perfect. So I had 2 points. These 2 points reference the foundation wall. So what I'll do, I will draw the wall, because I don't have the wall here. So I can just use this and add an offset edge like that of 690. That's the thing. But we need also a different material. That will be on a different material, so we cannot have it this way. I can trim it off here by subtracting the polygon like so. Then there we go. Try by all means to reduce the number of polygon. Unnecessary polygon like this one, I will just move it to there and stretch or offset the edge of that to there. Let's change the material of this to brick. I have material for foundation. There you go, nice and clean. I think we have this hotspot. We can delete it or move it to the point there. But for the sake of this, let's just delete it and remain with one hot point. Perfect. Hit save to apply changes. Make sure it's you can use this by wall or by beam, depending on what you prefer. So from there, let's go back to the story foundation story view and click activate the beam tool to activate the profile for the footing. So like I said, I'm going to use the grid system just like that, and I'll draw over the system like that. There we go. Then you see, you need to be very cautious with the clicking of your keys. There we go. There is another corner here, and then close it off. Perfect. So I think we need to have another one in the middle there. So I'll make sure I'll fillet it with that one to have a continuous footing like that. If you check on the 3D, you have your foundation placed. There we go. So we need to do another foundation for the column. So what I'll do, I'll duplicate this, and this I'll say footing for column, and then hit OK. So let's edit this, and the difference here is what can we do? Let's check first before we decide. Okay, the difference here is the material. Let's go back to that and delete this, stretch this by 690 just to have the same material. I just want to continue to have the same material and hit save. So what I'll do, I'll place a footing here that is based on a footing for column profile. Where is it? There we go. Then I'll use this to place it. Let's see on the 3D. There we go. I think there is a bit of an offset because our column is 250 and the footing is 230. So let's just adjust that. So I'll add 12 this direction and then another 12 that direction, and hit save. Automatically it will update that. Perfect. We have now super clean foundation, super clean brickwork structure, super clean furniture objects, and the rest. So we need to move forward to construction of the roof for this. Perfect. I'll see you in the next lesson.